guys, welcome back to the Collector Car Network. My name is Luke. I'm joined here today with Rick Katzeff, the founder of Exomod. Now, we have caught up with you back in January and you had something really cool for us. But what exactly do you have here today?
This is the world's first transparent carbon Dodge Charger.
Transparent carbon?
Yeah.
What exactly is that?
Well, we basically tint the clear with Kandy concentrate. It's about 17 coats of clear on this to get this piano finish. So we're basically tinting the carbon fiber look with a color.
Wow, it is absolutely gorgeous. So this is a 68 Charger. What made you decide to go with a 68 rather than maybe a 69 or a 70?
68 is just such that iconic look, you know, from the movie Bullet.
Oh yeah.
It was the bad boy, you know, image. It was the bad boy car, the first car that ever was like had a role in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of that first muscle car like consciousness.
This is a great choice.
Thank you.
How long did the build process take?
This build, because it's transparent Kandy carbon, this took about 2,000 hours, about 400 hours more than our usual build process.
Wow. And now talking a little bit about the weight for something like this, obviously it's all, you know, carbon fiber.
Yeah.
What is the weight for it?
The weight, well, this build is about, because of the extra hours, about 5.5 months. So we've got a waiting list ahead right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, like the weight of the vehicle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, the weight of the vehicle.
Yeah.
It's about 3,800 pounds.
3,800 pounds.
Yeah.
Nice. Pretty lightweight, all things considered.
Yeah,
you know?
all things considered. Yeah. Obviously, the finish, the Pagan Gold Kandy accent color, the translucent brass monkey wheels that color shift in the sun.
Beautiful.
As you look, if you look here and then look straight on, you see they take on different hues of gold, and almost muted as you move to other areas.
That is so sweet.
Yeah. And then we have the interior right here. It's a doe skin and Havana with old gold diamond stitching.
Diamond stitching is a nice touch. That looks very good on this
vehicle. Glad you like it.
So for warranty's sake, this is the, I guess, original frame for the new Charger.
The original powertrain, yeah.
Correct.
So it has the original powertrain warranty that's supplemented by Hennessey Performance, who did the engine tune, exhaust, and the transmission tune.
That's awesome.
So they pick up an additional 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty.
Wow, warranty on warranty. That's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool.
Hennessey, we're so pleased to partner with them. They do amazing work, just top notch.
Oh yeah.
Great group of people.
Big name, great products.
Yeah.
Very cool to see you collaborating with them.
It's very exciting. It was kind of my, you know, personal pet project.
Well, congratulations.
So, thank you. Yeah, really psyched to be here.
Cool. Now, with that being said, why don't we take a look at the rear?
Okay.
See what else we're rocking with here.
Yeah, let's do it. So we've got the Pagan Gold Bumblebee stripes, which is iconic for the 68.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, the 69's got the one big stripe that goes across. The 68 has the dual Bumblebee stripes, which is just so iconic Mopar, you know.
Totally.
So it's got the round 68 taillights. That's finished in Pagan Gold.
The Pagan Gold carbon fiber is so clean looking.
I'm glad you like it. What is different about this car from all the other ones you've seen is the tail panel is actually carbon fiber, and this is a smoked carbon fiber. If you look close enough, it's not black. You can see through to the carbon fiber. And even the tail light housing, we built this with the tail light housing built into the tail panel. So when we molded it, was with the tail light housing in place. So then we could color it differently and expose the carbon fiber as an accent color.
Amazing choice.
So before it used to be metal trim that we painted, this is actually all carbon fiber. Wow. So that's a new part for us.
Saving some weight there too.
Yeah, it is. And then the diffuser.
Yeah,
inspired by Porsche and McLaren.
That looks
This is a brand new part. First car you're seeing it on.
And with the exhaust tip there on the left and right.
Yeah.
Man, this thing looks sweet. And the parking sensors look nice and good.
And they work.
Straight from the factory.
Yeah,
almost.
they work, yeah. And we relocated the side sensors on the sides of the diffuser. So it puts out like a football shape, about 3 feet on each side. So when you're backing up, tell you if you're near that wall.
That is sweet. So like the Daytona that we saw in January, is this one going to be wider than your typical Challenger Charger?
By 4.5 inches.
4.5 inches.
Yeah, it's a super wide body is what it is.
Super wide body.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, does it look clean.
Thank you.
Now let's look at this gas cap over here. That is a stunner. definitely accentuating that whole look that we have on the wheels, the body, just gorgeous.
Yep, Pagan Gold Kandy.
Oh yeah.
On top of a Porsche silver to give it that sparkly underneath. Yeah,
I love it. It's pretty. I want to see this thing in the sunlight.
I know it's fire in the sunlight.
Yeah,
it just explodes.
Now, what were some, if you had any, kind of issues or problems when you were putting this thing together? Anything that comes to mind?
You know, it was just dealing with the tinting of the carbon. It was very challenging.
Yeah, 17 coats of
and there's no going back. If you go too far, there's no peeling off a layer.
No way.
So you have to be, you know, very deliberate in every single coat you do, so it's not too much.
Yeah.
So my original inspiration was, I saw a Hispano Suiza on display at Motorlux Car Week a couple years ago with a purple tinted carbon, and it really caught my attention. Never even knew it was available. And then I saw a Pagani in midnight blue with all transparent tinted carbon. I said, wait, I got to check this out.
Yeah.
So I started researching it, and I figured out, okay, this is how you do it. But then there was a learning curve.
I can imagine.
By figuring how to do it. So this project was, you know, a pet project of mine and my chief designer, Scott Greggs, to basically offer a full transparent body to the muscle car world. Before, it's only available to hypercars.
Yeah.
And it's like for Pagani, it's $150,000 option.
Goodness.
The Hispano Suiza, I don't even know how much it was for that. But I wanted to make it affordable and, you know, achievable for the muscle car people.
That's amazing.
In the supercar world. You
really
know?
Cool what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, seeing it in person it's just really surreal. Now, I do have another question.
Yeah.
You know, with all these V8s and stuff kind of being phased out, this is a 2023.
Yeah.
Have you found it harder to get, you know, those V8s from the Challengers and the Chargers, now that they're not going to be produced anymore?
Not at all. They built so many of them. So they built, you know, this platform from 2018 to 23, they built 50,000 a year. And so many collectors speculated, and they bought brand new cars, put them away in their collections to one day speculate and sell and make money. So you see them at every auction.
You do.
You can definitely pick up like very low mile examples.
Well, that's good to hear, because I don't want to see any stopping of your creations. I mean, these things are just so cool. Every year, man, I feel like you're stepping it up again and again.
Trying to.
Yeah. So now I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned back in January, your favorite thing about the Daytona. Any particular thing that comes to mind? Would it be the Apple Kandy carbon fiber? Would that be your favorite thing?
You know, the whole package, from the Kandy apple red transparent carbon to the Pagan Gold to the translucent satin brass monkey wheels to the Pagan Gold gas cap, just that whole red and gold kind of a theme.
Love it.
You know, so it's that really, and looking at it in the sun, it's just so beautiful.
Nice.
So
now, great to hear. Now, with that being said, why don't we give the people what they want to see and show them what's powering this thing.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Sheesh. Because we have to elongate the front 6 inches to get that proportion correct.
Yeah.
So 6 inches in the front, 4 inches in the rear. So we have to put a secondary latch right here to control it.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah.
How hard was that to create? Was it relatively straightforward?
That was a challenge.
Yeah.
It was definitely a challenge.
That's one of those things that I wouldn't even think of goes into something like this, but when you really think about it, totally makes sense.
Well, the hood opening would have been right here.
Yeah.
But because of the extension, you have to relocate.
Now this badge here, your own Exomod, I guess this tells you
which serial number this build is.
Very cool. And this one
and the model. This is number 11.
Number 11.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, what is powering this thing?
This is a Hennessey-inspired Hellcat Redeye.
Ooh.
So it's taking the Redeye, which has got all the forged components, and Hennessey is inspiring it, basically putting in a different pulley, different exhaust, and a tune. And they're pushing this thing to over 1,000 horsepower.
Jiminy goodness,
yes.
That is insane.
Yes.
So how does all that power go to those rear wheels? Does it maintain power pretty well, maintain traction?
No, there's no such thing as traction.
I figured.
There's zero traction. But I mean, you can just drive it just very gingerly.
It's part of the fun.
It is, it really is. I mean, it doesn't even start coming to life until you really get on it. And even idling, you have to hold the brake. It's like wanting to go.
Gosh,
you know,
I bet it's just such an exhilarating ride.
Yeah, it's got full tube headers on it. The transmission is retuned to handle the power, different power curve as well. We actually put candy apple red on the supercharger cover.
It's beautiful.
To add another little touch to it to accent against the Pagan Gold. And we have the transparent carbon underneath on the hood as well to show
it's
that, you know,
carbon throughout the whole hood.
Yes. And the intake is operational, so that scoop funnels air through here right into the cold air intake.
I mean, you got to when you're pushing 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
That airflow is important.
Yes, it is.
Very, very cool. I love the addition of that yellow too, that Pagan yellow that we're seeing on the engine bay. Because you know, it's something subtle. You don't really see it until you open her up, and then you're just like, wow, it really comes together.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. We heard down the pipeline that you may have a CUDA coming our way. Are you able to speak on that?
Sure. Yeah, we're doing a 71 CUDA.
I'm so happy you said that. 71, my opinion, the best year.
It's got the fish gills on the fenders, and it just has that iconic look. But the way we're going to do it, the upper body line and up is going to be pure CUDA. The lower body line and below is going to be just pure modern supercar performance with hints of Porsche, McLaren, and Ferrari.
Interesting. That sounds really cool. Now, do you know yet what you're going to be putting in that to power it?
Well, it's going to be based on the Challenger. Cool. So it's going to be based in the same kind of platform. We'll be having Hennessey do modifications to those as well to push them to 1,000 horsepower. And it's going to be a supercar.
What color are we thinking? Is that out yet? Is that...
The first car is going to be Sassy Grass.
Sassy Grass. Yeah. Very great choice. Yeah, that's going to be a stunner.
That's going to be the first car color.
Great choice.
And we're planning on unveiling that next summer.
Next summer? Well,
summer 2025.
You know we will be here to cover that for sure.
Nice.
Very cool. Now, any other upcoming projects you'd like to talk about? I kind of heard down the grapevine that you have something going on here in Scottsdale.
We do have something going on with an offshoot company called OG Carbon. And we make the carbon fiber components for Exomod. We're also in a partnership with Hennessey Performance to do the grills and the hood vents on their Venom 800 pickup trucks. Also designing the S850 Mustang, which will be debuted in January at the Vault during auction week. That's going to be a ton of carbon fiber parts, 800 horsepower beast. And we're also doing a partnership with Karma Automotive on a black label vehicle called the Kevlar, and making a whole bunch of carbon components for that as well.
Congratulations on all these big projects that you're being a part of.
Thank you.
We really look forward to, you know, just following you and seeing where it takes you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. What you're going to be seeing a lot of locally is local Porsches. We're focusing on the Porsche scene, coming out with custom carbon fiber components to replace on the 992 series.
Very cool.
So GT3, GT3 RS, Turbo S, Carrera line as well.
Are we going to be seeing some of that carbon?
You're going to see a ton of carbon.
Oh my goodness.
And then the end goal is to have a complete carbon body.
Sweet.
992.
Wow, that'll be something to see.
That's the end goal.
We really look forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, before we close this thing out, any final thoughts about this build here?
We're very excited to be here at Barrett-Jackson at this inaugural fall event. We couldn't be happier to be partnering up with Hennessey Performance on this build and doing a lot of projects together. And come on out to see us here. We're here for the weekend.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for making time for us today.
Oh, every time.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.